Get real.
Get real.
All right, so the C word being consistency, bro. That C word.
Shit.
That's the stepdaughter of the see you next Tuesday word, because no one likes it.
You cunt.
No one likes it, dude.
In the UK, they say cunt, and in Australia,
It's like they teach it in school. It's okay to say it.
yeah, they basically do. Yeah, it's like with their ABCs.
Right. So I found this little thing. I just grabbed it. I thought it simplified it pretty well on how to be more consistent. Now, this can follow not only your exercise and your nutrition and food and diet and all that. It's anything in your life you want to get better at. You have to be consistent. I don't care what it is. Even if you're failing 90% of the time, if it's your dream and you want to keep going and you love it and you're able, you got to stay consistent because you never know. So, first one.
Never.
And this is proven. Make one change at a time. It drops dramatically the percentage of success when you try to change more than one thing at a time. So, not saying it's not possible. Each thing on top of that makes it less and less more likely you're going to be successful in anything. So it's better to hit one thing and hit it freaking hard and stay consistent at it and then move on to the next. Eat and exercise in a way you enjoy, which is going to be, again, I'm going to plug it every time, the new program, my Rebalance program that I'm going to be releasing soon. It's about that. Because if you don't like what you're doing and it's not really part of your goal and not giving you working towards the result that you think is more important than the trainer or other people, you're not going to stick with it. When you know it's important, you will stick with it. Whether you're forced to or not, whether you're dying, you have a broken leg, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Take action even if you don't want to. I mean, we all do it every day at our jobs sometimes. We don't always want to go there. You got to stay consistent. You got to go to it every day, no matter what. Now, this one, a lot of people have. I have no problem with this. Maybe it's my OCD. Maybe it was the way I was brought up. But plan ahead so you're always prepared. I plan everything. Sure, things happen and you have to roll with it. But I always plan. I plan my downtime. I plan my when I'm going to cook. I plan my all around when I train people, because that's the main thing. Everything goes secondary. Well, besides family, secondary to any is my job and my business. So that's what I do, and then whatever after that. But I plan everything. That's how I always am consistently getting my things done. Good, bad, indifferent, perfect, irrelevant. I'm still being consistent in getting it done. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. That's another one. Always cheer for those little accomplishments, no matter how. Even if there's a sandwich of crap around something good you did that week, concentrate on that good thing. Concentrate on that good thing and try a little harder the next week. Don't try to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect. Never. Make a mistake and get right back on track. If you think you're never going to screw up, you're delusional. You will always screw up. No matter what, you will screw up. Doesn't matter, but it's what happens after that. As they used to say, do you jump back up on the horse? What do you do? That's what matters. I grabbed one more infographic that's got a couple more on it. So let's go with this first one. If it goes wrong, don't give up. Start again tomorrow. Again, not being perfect. Not check in frequently at how you're feeling. If you hate what you're doing, you're not going to last, dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's why bodybuilders and other people sometimes have to change up their workouts a little bit and take time off because they need a break. That's why they have off seasons. They work out a little less. They eat a little more. They let their bodies rest. Find the best time of day. There's always time. You just got to find it. Again, I have that quote in my gym about time is a made up thing. If you say you don't have time, that means you don't want it that bad or bad enough. There's always time if it's important to you. And people know that time and time again. I'm sure you've seen somebody say, oh, they don't have money. We made fun of this at a previous podcast, but people say they don't have money, and then you see them taking pictures on Facebook where they're out at an amusement park or something, or they're on vacation. And you're like, but I go, huh? Oh, you have money for that?
I thought you didn't have any money.
Money. Yes. Learn from when things go wrong. Don't dwell on them. Learn from them. Be better next time. Make it part of your regular routine. We said that before. Do a little bit each day, even if it's tiny. Every day you do a little something, it's a win. And people got to understand that more. It's not, if your goal isn't to look like a bodybuilder, stop hitting the gym like one. You don't have to. Just hit for what do that little bit every day. That's going to make the change. Stay flexible to change. That's the other thing. And that doesn't mean stretching every muscle in your body every minute. Flexibility also means movement. When a muscle moves in full range of motion and it's happy, it doesn't get tight. When all the muscles around that joint are doing what they're supposed to do, other muscles don't get tight. So don't put a bandage on it. Figure out what the problem is and fix that. Tackle your task when you're in the right mindset. You're having a bad day. You know what? Take the day off.
Yeah.
If you want to sit and just watch some TV, do that. If that's what you need that day. But again, like the other one said, then you get right back up and start again. You get right back up and start again the next day. But you take that day if you need it. And don't be hard on yourself. And that's the biggest one. And I think that's the one that most of us beat ourselves up about. Is don't be hard on yourself. It's we're constantly doing it, all of us. Really. So, dude, it's not that hard to be consistent. It really helps when you know the right things to do. And I think that's a big thing that turns off a lot of people. When somebody gives them the wrong diagnosis or the wrong program or the wrong advice or whatever, and they're like, instead of blaming it on the person, they blame it on the exercise or the gym or something like that. And then you lose that person a little bit. And it's a shame. And I saw that firsthand. I had a client that went to the gym. Guy didn't show him the right way to deadlift. Hurt himself. Never wanted to do deadlifts again or whatever. Now he's pulling weight on the deadlift. And he loves it. Because he knows how to do it now. And he knows he won't hurt himself. So I just really think that the biggest thing holding people back from being consistent is having the right information and doing the right stuff for them. And I think once we address that more for people, it's going to change a lot of stuff, dude. And I really love to get your input, as always, on this subject before we kind of wrap things up.
Yeah, I think that we've said it before in previous podcasts also, is just that it is about consistency, but consistency doesn't mean perfection. And you have to get back on the wagon sometimes. And you also have to listen to your body. You have to listen to like the mindset thing also. If you're not in the right mindset, you have something really bad going on, or you have other things you have to take care of, or whatever. It's just like you can't just go to the gym while your brain is somewhere else.
No,
because you don't have a mind and muscle connection, and the mind muscle connection is important.
Bro, it's
because
so
if you're just going through the motions, that's when you get hurt. You're just going through the motions, not thinking about it. You're gonna fucking hurt yourself. I've done it 1,000,001 times, and I'll probably do it again when your mind just wanders and you're not really in the moment. You have to be in the moment, and I feel like
I want to one up you on that. But real quick, I want to one up you, and I'm going to let you say more. It's not even if you think about it. Literally, sometimes it happens with your glutes a lot. It's called gluteal amnesia, where your brain will actually forget about muscles. They won't even realize they're there. And that's why, again, is one of the root causes of chronic pain and ouchies when you move, is when those muscles aren't firing and your brain isn't telling those muscles to fire for that movement, and other muscles are doing things they're really not made to be the main mover in. That's when your body's like, ow, that's not right. Something's not right.
Yeah.
Again, I want to stress this. Pain is your body's way of telling you there's something wrong. I get dulling pain, especially when it gets severe. But if you have a little bit of pain, really try to fix the problem, because if you dull the pain, you're going to not know when things go wrong. So you really want to fix the problem. You're just putting a Band-Aid on it. But I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. Finish up.
No. I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. Like, because injuries are, like we said, it's a part of the game as we get older. And they can also hold you back if you're a younger person and you're just starting out. You don't want to be like that. Like your client, like you were talking about, you get burned so badly you never do deadlifts again because you don't know how to do them properly and you're so afraid of throwing your back out. Like I did that when I was deadlifting a long time ago. But I had back spasms. I ended up in the frickin' emergency room because I didn't know what else to do. So I never had a spasm in my life. It felt like my back was hooked up to a fucking car battery. It was just like somebody was giving me zap. I felt like I was in shocker.
Yeah, dude.
But it was going right down my fucking left leg. I couldn't put any weight on my left leg. It was miserable. But I was not deadlifting properly. I was just going for heavy, and not really focusing on form, not really having that mind-muscle connection. And it cost me dearly. Like, and not just in medical bills. Eventually, I had to go get. I went to an orthopedist, and he gave me a shot right there at the table. He's just like, do you need anything? You want to do it under anesthesia? I'm like, fuck that, bro. Just numb me up locally and just do it. And thank God, knock on wood, I've been good ever since. But I don't want to go back there. And trust me, when you have muscle spasms, you do not want that shit in your life.
You do not.
Miserable.
Muscle spasms, dude. And another thing.
Oh my God.
I'm going to throw this.
Like I was getting electrocuted, literally electrocuted.
Yeah, your nervous system was going nuts. I want to throw this out to everyone.
Not good.
Most people's pain in their backs can be alleviated by just learning how to brace properly in your spine. And most people do it wrong. Most people do it.
Yeah.
Wrong. You never brace in. You always brace out. And people don't realize it. People suck in and think they're bracing by sucking in because they think because when you crunch, which is a horrible exercise, when you crunch, you're kind of vacuuming up and doing shit like that. Now, that's not what the spine and those muscles were made for. Those muscles were made to stabilize the spine when you do stupid shit and move around. That's what those muscles are for. Very little regular people train their core for actual stability. And it's been proven that when you work too much core and not enough rest, you'll get back problems. So the crunches, again, in their head, they're doing something good. They're actually hurting themselves. So again, that's why I feel every person needs to figure out their diagnosis for their best exercises and figure out what their body likes and works best for them, and then be consistent with it, dude. That's the answer. That's the answer. And I think
absolutely,
I'm going to lay it out pretty simple for people. And I think I got an eye for it. There's plenty of people who know more than me, but I really think when it comes to regular old people, not athletes, nothing like that, regular old people that just want to live their life not in pain and move and be able to get off the floor when they're 80 if they fall. I think this stuff means more to them than any of that shit. And I don't think I'm gonna top myself even more. I don't think anybody who's just going for regular health needs a gym. I don't think you need a gym whatsoever. Period. I don't think you need a gym membership. I think you make a small investment for your home, and I'm talking small to get started. You don't need a lot. And you will see amazing things happen to your body. And then you decide from there. You want to start throwing weight around, then maybe you got to go to a gym. But just to rebalance yourself and feel better, bro, you don't need it. You don't need it, bro. So, very interesting episode, brother. So that was Get Real.